seconds while you dream. A life never lives in peace. As you stand upon the edge, woven by a single thread, Welcome to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. You get one shot.
Hello everybody and welcome to the FIMU Alpha League of Legends Championship Series. I am your host, Chad Penguin, the guy that constantly floods Facebook page with stream posts, and I'll be your streamer for the evening. Your casters tonight are the local Baby Shark enthusiast, Wheels on the Bus, and none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Matt 2702. We have a great matchup ahead of us tonight, so I'm going to pass it to them for the cast. Take it away, brothers.
I'm kidding. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna stop there right now. What's up, everybody? This is Wheels on the Bus, and
I'm Mr. Matthew 702.
And we're so excited. Sorry.
No, I wanted to say I'm kind of sad. I wanted more Baby Shark, but let's keep going.
Anyways, we're not gonna torture chat with this. So I am so excited to watch this matchup. It's Ashen Obligated Speeder. Versus Bung and the Restless. And Chad Penguin just gave us the pro draft, so lovely. I can actually read this now.
Thanks, Chad.
And okay, what are you excited to see here on this on the stream, on this match here?
This match, dude, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward. I've cast a lot of games for TBR now. I always enjoy watching Hillary Clinton up in the top lane, and I love watching Bung in the jungle because he plays very aggressively sometimes, and if he has that very aggressive forward style today, like that's kind of what I'm really looking forward to. But I think it'll all also pan around like what is their team comp going to be.
And actually, this game is going to be quite important in terms of standings for the PMA LCS. As you know, as some of you know, they're in the bottom right now, but actually, this game could help either of those teams bring themselves back up towards the standing. So this will be a very important game for both teams today. So I am looking forward for the high risk, intense pressure that this game's gonna bring. And also, I am also excited for Oof. I enjoy watching Elucida play. He has the most interesting kind of pathing that actually you kind of turns you upside the head, and it's actually pretty smart in terms of aggression. And then Jumper J, Necro Guy, Diboy, Mudkips. I like their team. Okay, I like their team. So
Yeah, man. Looking forward to seeing a lot of aggressive picks here tonight because I know that if I'm not mistaken, Oof is in our standings. Oof, I don't think Oof has won a game, correct?
correct.
Will tonight be the night?
Tonight, I'm rooting for them. I'm also rooting for TBR, actually. I kind of rooting for both teams, so I don't know who to root for. Because I also do like TBR as well.
Right.
I like everybody, okay? I try to be nice. So, as we get ready for pick bands, what do you think are some of the key bands that we're going to see out from Oof and the Bung and the Restless? What do you think are some of the big bands that they have to ban?
I think you target probably either these high engaged junglers to pick out both Bung and Elucida. You kind of target these junglers for them. Like, I think Jarvan 4 would be a pretty good ban. Really hard engage, and he's been very, very consistently picked and played as a very strong, like, consistent pick.
And we see the first
jungle.
ban, and we see the pick bans happening, and we see.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me either if they ban Kale.
We're waiting for the first ban. They're just hovering over the Belcause ban. That's for the Jumper J. Jumper J is very strong on the Belcause, so that's a very good first ban from TBR. The Bung and the Restless.
That champion is just so flexible too, being mid lane or support. So like that's a really good knockout.
Then we see an Ezreal ban against Piper Isis.
Ooh. Piper, I know Piper loves his Sivir and his Ezreal, so that's very like one of the key ones. If they take away Sivir, it'd be interesting to see what he pulls out next. Ooh, they ban the Elise. That's another high pressure jungle ban. Oh, but they go.
And there's a Renekton. That's actually a really good ban because Necro Guy happens to be well known for his Renekton. He has a lot of mastery points. That's actually his most played champion, so that's a smart ban as well.
I agree. And then we see the Ahri.
Banned away from Clumsy Chocobo. And then we see a hovering over the Bard
I think that's just trolling. Oh, there it is. That's probably a more likely ban. Is that Thresh just feels very strong, and I think you and I were talking about this in pregame that, like before we went on, Thresh is just a support that's very consistent. Like he and Braum, I think. Ooh.
No, Morgana. They're gonna ban Morgana. So we have to think about what they play as well with each individual players.
That's true.
It's also as well as what's in the meta. And the Morgana is a really good ban because Jumper J loves his mid Morgana. And then there is a J4 ban they were talking about in the meta, really strong jungler, and also Menbung is a very strong J4.
Yeah, and not even if you don't get it for jungle or you don't want to send it there, it's a really good top lane alternative as well. And I think he just, not necessarily he's a bully, but he can sustain himself in lane pretty well. I would be surprised to see like an Aatrox. Ooh, Galio pickup from TBR. I'm assuming that's for Sawarudo.
That is most likely going to be Clumsy Chocobo actually on the Galio mid
lane Galio.
But it could be flexed also to support Galio with Zawarudo as well. So you could be onto something.
I'm all for these flex picks. Like I'm all for seeing like Galios and like Jace, because Jace is like a potential 4-way like flex pick. Like I'm all about it. Oh.
Then we see the Rakan pick coming in. That is your boy's signature champion. Picks his signature support. The Rakan.
Show me that Xayah Rakan bot lane. Let's go. I'm all for it.
No, we see hover over that Caitlyn.
If they pick Caitlyn, that's cheating Rakan. You can't do that.
So we'll see what they actually pick. And they picked the Caitlyn. Caitlyn Rakan bot lane.
I like the Caitlyn. Oh, sorry, you go.
It's pretty good just because you can set up with the Rakan, then Caitlyn can set up a trap if Rakan gets some of this CC down. And recently, Rakan actually got buffed, as in terms of his dash out and his W is slightly faster. Not a huge deal, but for someone that plays a lot of Rakan, such as Boy, I think he'll able to pull it off.
Yeah,
and then we see the Nocturne pick coming in for Membung. That he is pretty strong on that champion. The ability to take away vision as well as set up a fight, and then with the Galio ult to help augment that. That's actually a really strong combo. And then we see the Callista here.
Yeah, I think right now, if I'm not mistaken, and this is just in, I don't know how TBR is thinking. My thought is put Galio in the bot lane.
I actually agree here with you. You're right. That could be a Zawardo Galio support with the Callista. That synergy with Callista's ultimate, as well as Galio's taunt and his knockup, that could very well be a Galio support. And then we see the Kayn pickup for Elucida.
Yeah.
Very strong champion for Elucida. Can make a good amount of roams as gank setups and create pressures around the map. And we see the second ban phase come out. We'll see who they ban.
Yeah, I think the Callista Galio is a super strong bot lane combo, like you talked about, but I also think Caitlyn Rakan is as well.
And we see the Yorick banned against Hillary Clinton. He is very good at Yorick. Very good at creating split pressure in the map. So very smart ban by Oof.
Yeah, in general, I mean, he may have gotten, I think he got nerfed recently as well, but even still, Yorick is just such a, like, he feels so good. Ooh, you see the Maokai ban.
A nice beefy front line that TBR just does not want to see.
Yeah, they're trying to. It looks like the plan is that they're trying to like limit the amount of actual tanks that TBR is going to give Oof, because they already have a Galio. TBR has a good front line in Galio because he gets the damage reduction from W,
as well as the combination from Galio and Nocturne, as well as Callista and Galio.
Is there a missed ban? Okay, there was a missed ban. That last ban is supposed to be Swain on the side of Oof.
Swain is a pretty good ban for TBR. Hillary Clinton also understands that champion very well and can be a very good source of AP damage in the top lane.
Yeah, and that banning Kled as well. Kled is another really strong top lane champion who's just so beefy, and like he's a hard bruiser but can be a tank as well.
So let's see what they pick here.
I think they're gonna try and save their mid lane pick for last. I agree. That would make the most sense. I would say go ahead and pick. Oh,
they picked the Orianna for the mid lane actually, they're putting a lot of pressure onto the team fight wombo combo with the Rakan and the Orianna. Actually, a very strong combination with the Orianna ball delivery system on the Rakan. If Rakan gets a nice charm grand entrance, the quickening and the grand entrance combo, Orianna can get a really nice shockwave going, which allows for the Kayn and the Caitlyn to do so much damage.
Agreed. And if they pick a top laner like Darius, I think Darius would actually be a very well-rounded completion to this Oof team comp, because that's another AoE damage source. If you combine, you ult them in, or you Ori ult into Rakan.
And we see the Vladimir and the Azir pick. Very, very interesting pick. I don't know how the Vladimir is going to fit into this team comp exactly, but actually no. Vladimir has an AoE burst damage ability with his E, so that's actually not too bad. But you see on the side of TBR, there's so much wombo combo potential here with the Galio and the Callista, or the Nocturne and the Galio, or Azir going in after Nocturne, or whatever it is. It's just so strong. And then we see a Jax from Necro Guy. Jax is overall a strong champion because of the Fear of Shojin synergizing so well with his ultimate. But I'm not quite sure how that quite fits into the team comp.
I agree.
But I'm excited to see what Necro Guy can do on that Jax. Just because in nature he is a split push monster. He's able to take down turrets really quickly. Late game, he's just going to be able to 1v1 duel almost anybody. Maybe he'll have a little bit of a harder time against Vladimir.
Yeah.
Just because of the little sustain. But, but against everyone else, he can 1v1 literally anybody. So
Yeah.
I think, who do you think, based on their team comp, has it?
I don't know, because right now the way that both of these teams are laid out, it's a 4. It looks like they're looking for a 4-1 split push kind of layout. You know, you have if you send everyone but Jax to one lane and try and push for it, that's good. But then you just send the Jax off to do Jax things. It's like Tryndamere, just let Tryndamere do Tryndamere things. Get Jax and but if you have Jax and Vlad doing their own thing, that'll make it a bit more difficult. So I think if we just separate the Jax and the Vlad, because those are going to be the split pushing lanes, and we go look at what is the 4v4 potential with Azir.
Vladimir might not be the split push one, actually.
Who are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone that can actually move a lot quicker.
Azir.
For example, the Galio or the Nocturne, just because they have that global ultimate, they can turn the fight into a 4v5, right? I
agree. I'm also curious, what the thought process is. You know, they blind picked, or they picked Orianna, and you pick Azir and Orianna. I think I'm not too confident in that matchup, but I'm pretty sure that that's a skill-based matchup. I know Azir has much easier time poking down the Orianna, but I think if it gets late enough, the Orianna can just obliterate him in one go.
Thing is, Orianna actually has a nice, a fairly nice poke. Huge pressure early, just because her ability to just move the ball on a low, it's not a extremely high cooldown. And it's a really easy airy proc if you didn't know, as well as the command pulse. I play a fair amount of Orianna, by the way.
I do not.
Also, this is not the lineup. I'm for sure Gibbs is not playing the Orianna.
What if though? We don't know. What if?
Wait. I mean, actually no. Mudkip can play Orianna. He's actually quite good with her, but the boy not on the Rakan, that is highly unlikely. In my opinion. Highly unlikely. Because that's his best champion. He's actually really good on that champion. It would make no sense for him to not be in it.
I agree.
Also, shout out to Olive Purple in the audience. Tia Boy's fiance. Hi, Olive.
Hello and welcome to the stream.
Sorry, I always have to give a shout out to Olive whenever she's watching. Anyways, so going back to the comp, I really like TBR's comp just because they can go for that nice split, that 1-3-1 split. Galio can, although Galio is a support, he can technically go off. Not maybe splitting a lane, but while he's creating some vision for his team, where there's a fight going on, he could instantly ult to one of his allies to instantly join into the fight. Or when Nocturne ults, he instantly joins up with the Nocturne. Kalista ults. Galio gets a nice several-man taunt, as well as two knockups. One from Kalista ult and one from Galio. So I'm seeing very strong picks from TBR. And I actually want to give Game 1 to TBR just based on the comps alone.
I would definitely agree with that. I think it's kind of it's really hard to, nothing against Oof, but it's very hard to see, like, they do have the good team fight potential, especially if they get that huge Rakan Ori combo. But I think just overall, I think TBR has a much better like overall comp.
I definitely see both teams being able to do well. I highly believe in the it's actually Jumper J in the AD carry and Mubkips in the mid lane, actually. Interesting to note, by the way.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited to see either way, because Jumper J is a strong player in general, and Mudkips is a pretty good Orianna, if I remember correctly. And Steel Boy and Mudkips do play a lot, so I'm expecting that synergy to turn out very well for them.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on how each team plays it. But in chat, give us either hashtag TBR win or hashtag oof win. Tell us in chat. I'm gonna give a good old
TBR.
TBR, yeah, hashtag TBR win.
Something I just noticed as well is let's look at the damage breakout. TBR is a lot of AP, and really there's not, like, the only MR and on the side, sorry, TBR is AP. Oof is predominantly AD, but also has a much better mix of AP. There aren't, and since many of the players on Oof aren't going to be building really tanky, the Jax can go ahead and build a Spirit Visage, and that makes sense. But for Caitlyn, really the only MR item that makes sense on an AD is a Wit's End.
Depends on which AD you're talking about. Wit's End makes no sense. Good MR item, actually, in my opinion, is Merc Treads, because it reduces the amount of CC, and then as well as a Quicksilver Sash. QSS, depending on the enemy team. So if there's like a taunt, like a Galio taunt, or a Nocturne Fear, QSS is a very good item, especially if they build into that Mercurial Scimitar.
I had honestly forgot about those because it's like in low bronze in low silver elo, you very rarely see people build that. And since I'm a support, I just never build it anyways. I'm like, I'm tanky enough. Doesn't matter to me. Be Leona, press W.
But we might actually see a good amount of. We might see Galio or Rakan, or even both of them, take Moby Boots. Moby Boots is my favorite boots to run, just because I can roam around the map a lot quicker. Unless I'm behind, then I'll take Lucidity. But
yeah, I also think Swifties are a good option, especially if you have a team like the like Oof's comp. So I don't think Galio building Swifties would be a terrible option, just because it reduces some of the downtime.
Some of the slows. It reduces slows,
like
which
slow
means.
season.
But it only reduces the amount of slows. So, for example, Orianna Command Pulse, as well as Kane's W. I forgot what it's called, but
yeah, it wouldn't be awful. I don't know. I like you. I'm a fan of the Mobies. Love it. I love roaming. I think Galio is a much better roaming support than Rakan. I think Rakan is a very good roam support if you can pull it off correctly.
And and something that I wanted to note here, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So you see Rakan actually opting in for that exhaust instead of the Ignite. I think personally that's actually very smart of the Rakan, just because his W speed is still pretty slow. He's still significantly slower than what he used to be. So that exhaust is going to really help with that, with locking down certain targets. For example, Kalista, the Azir, or even peeling the Nocturne away from the Caitlyn. It's going to be a very strong very strong on the Rakan. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see Tia Boy's Rakan. I'm always impressed by it. I'm excited to see this game, and let's see some of the mastery points, Chad. Chad Penguin, let's see some mastery points.
Yeah, you were talking about
Got
it's your
you,
boy. 214,263 mastery points on Rakan.
Yeah.
Nutty.
He spent a lot of time playing that champion. And
Both Elucida and
well-
Menbung have a lot of time on their champions as well. 63-9 and 67, I think, was Elucida. 63-9 for Menbung on Nocturne. That's just
not as
golly.
much as me, my Lulu is 400,000. Ha ha ha
I'm gonna
ha.
pause it 10 seconds so we can sing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Pause at 10.
Pause 10, okay.
Yep.
It's at 10 now.
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
All right. 3, 2, 1, start.
How do I
Let's-
hide the time thingy? Oh well.
Let's get ready to rumble. I don't know if that's copyrighted, but I'm sorry. But... Oh, looking
So
forward
let's
to
see.
this.
The pact
Ooh.
has been made.
We have a very Menbung playing very aggressively in the jungle. Playing
And make
that.
sure you adjust the champion positions, Chad. Do
Oh
Penguin.
yeah. Whoops.
Because Orianna is in the mid lane, not a top lane Orianna.
Wait, but what if? Let me.
No,
wait a
we're
minute,
not gonna
guys.
talk about it. Now we're gonna see a little bit of a just a defensive position, standard defensive 5-point defense,
Yeah,
or yeah, it's just 4-point really.
yeah. It was a. I see what they were going for.
Oh,
Ooh.
Clumsy Chocobo stepping up
Yeah.
just a little bit. Brave man, brave emperor right there.
Brave bird man. Where is just a brave bird man looking for his Becky?
Does that
Wait.
even does Galio E even work on monsters?
I'd look like it did. I don't know.
I couldn't tell. Anyways, a nice standard bot lane leash.
Yeah.
Bot lane is already getting ahead in some experience points just because they've been in lane longer. Nope, never mind.
Yeah. We see a pretty common, like you said, pretty common jungle start for both these players.
Zaboy already goes in. He gets Zawardo over half health.
That is some
Very good engaged by Zaboy.
mad chunking. Mad chungus. Ooh, we see Kane looking mid lane. Oh no, he's just gonna go ahead and get that priority on the bot scuttle. Really good decision making there from Elucida to go ahead and get that priority. He sees that, Ooh.
Oh, Piper Isis had to flash out, taking too much damage from Piper Isis. Not Piper Isis, from Jumper J.
Oh.
And Zaboy goes into the grand entrance and gets the first blood onto Callista, and Elucida gets the first kill. Piper Isis flashed a little too early and allowed the Rakan to just go in and catch them out. Very good engaged by Zaboy.
Yeah, that was super clean on that Rakan. But we see Elucida pathing because he knows that bot lane has the priority here. So they were like, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and go bot scuttle. And then it was really interesting to see the side of TBR push up when they knew that was kind of the circumstance they were in. I would have backed off. It's like, all right, we're pushing. We know that they can chunk us out. Let's just back off and let's not fight this battle right now. Ended up biting them in the butt. Ooh, excuse me. We see Necro Guy losing a little bit of. No, he got it. I was saying, it looked like he was losing a little bit of farm, but he ended up pretty much getting that as well as he could.
Oh, the Guardian pops for the bot lane with because of the Galio Q.
That what are they? Was it like the Winds of War or something?
Oh, Necro Guy going in onto Hillary Clinton with the Counter Strike, but Vladimir just pulls away.
Dabbing penguin emote. Let's go, dude. It's my favorite emote. Any of the penguins are my favorite. They're so awesome. Ooh. Yeah,
Nice freeze being set up for the bot lane of Oof.
Yeah.
We see Orianna being poked out. She has no mana left. She's gonna have to back soon. But the problem is her wave's in a very bad spot. She's gonna be hard for her to CS.
Yeah, absolutely. In the Azir, something to mention is that Azir just has really strong pushing power. So he's just a champion that's like, all right, I'm gonna run it in, and we're just gonna keep going. Oh, maybe. That was some serious chunking mid lane with that soldier. Yeah, Mudkips is really low and it's pretty much forced to back at this point. We see Azir roaming down, maybe looking to try something. No, just trying to prioritize his vision for his team. Really smart call. Because it looks like they're setting up around the Inferno Drink, yeah. Getting that ward, it'll be nice, especially if you see Elucida go down there since they got the early priority with the scuttle. Oh, here comes what is the bung looking for? Oh, he's looking to set up for Drake himself. Yeah.
Trying to hold the wave. The boy is taking a lot of damage though from the Ren.
Man,
hold the wave for Caitlyn. Good boy. Good.
Oh, Clumsy
man.
Chocobo.
Clumsy Chocobo being closed out by Lucida. Has the flat barrier out. And Orianna gets the kill with the command attack.
Yeah, that was really close. We see.
Good, nice gank from Lucida and nice follow-up from Mudkips. But while that was going on, Menbung does get the dragon for himself. So now they have an Infernal Drake, which is going to help out TBR pretty much, because dragons, you can't get those back. They have the dragon forever.
Yeah.
It's something that you can get back eventually, no?
Yeah. The trading for the tower for the tower plating is important to consider, but at the same point, you went ahead and you got a kill onto your mid laner there. You're gonna try and get this Orianna snowballing, even if she's 15 CS down. Like, this Orianna has the capability of still riding that happy snowball and just going with it. Like, she hasn't burned ult. She's sick. She's in a good position to where she can come. The wave is going to be on her, like, in her favor, so she's able to push it out because you know that the Azir is going to step up a little too far, and you can just rinse and repeat like what you just did. Just go ahead and be like, get your jungler. Be like, hey, Kane, come mid. He's overextended. You know. We see a lot of vision kind of coming around this top side. We see a pink up in the try in favor of Oof. We see in the mid lane, Clumsy Chocobo has warded his top side because he knows that that's probably where the king would be coming from, since that's where he fell last. Ooh. Rakan's
we see some trading in the mid lane. Clumsy Chocobo getting some damage in with the soldiers, and then Clumsy Chocobo returning some of that damage with, like, Mudkip's returning some of that damage with the command attack and command pulse.
Yeah, we see it's your boy waiting in the wings too. I was thinking what was going to happen is you're going to see an Oriole followed by Flash W from Rakan. It would burn Clumsy Chocobo to burn his.
Hillary Clinton trying to bait out Necro Guy to come to Hillary Clinton, and we might see a gank from the Menbung, and the paranoia comes out from that Menbung, and the ultimate comes down for Vladimir, but not enough to take Necro Guy.
Yeah, that was a really well-timed flash, avoiding the final. It was just within the last second, maybe second and a half.
Oh, that fear, right?
Yeah, of the fear. So it was really good on his part to know, like, okay, I have this long to stay and kite it out, and then I gotta leave. So overall game knowledge is really good. Oh man.
Yeah, boy, going into flash grand entrance and gets out, even with the ignite. Yeah, boy manages to get out with his shield. Great play by your boy. As you can see, your boy is putting in so much work with that Rakan.
Yeah, you weren't kidding when you said like his experience on the champion is showing. He knows exactly like, okay, these are my cooldowns, this is what I have to do, and this is how like this is my range for and capabilities for it. So knowing how well your champion like interacts with these other champions, especially it's more difficult when you're not paired with Xayah and you have that extended range. You have to really know what your range on that champion is, and it makes it so much easier. Oh, Necro guy top lane popping off.
Necro guy can't get the counter strike against Hillary Clinton. He has to bait out that pool. However, Necro guy is going back in with a trade. He knows that the pool is down and getting the Conquerors down and gets good amount of damage onto Hillary Clinton. Elucida gets caught out by TBR, but manages to flash out and Q, which great escape by Elucida. Great job.
I absolutely agree. That was a well-timed flash to avoid the what is it? I always call it the Shurima shuffle, but I don't actually know what the name of the wall is.
Okay, we see some trading in the bot lane. Just autoing Piper, and just getting the Q down.
Ooh.
And we see the gank off into the mid lane onto Mudkips, but nothing really happens. Barrier was burned from Mudkips, but not a huge deal.
Yeah, we see Elucida clearing out some of the deep vision now that he's capable of doing, which really benefits.
Elucida's looking for clumsy Chocobo right now, and the paranoia comes in onto the bot lane, and the Galio ult comes in, but not enough to take down Jumper J.
Oh, Necro.
And now we see Elucida coming, but Elucida's a little late, but it's alright. And then we see a little bit of squabble in the top lane.
Hillary Clinton is just chunking down Necro guy, like, oh my gosh. Oh.
Oh, he jumped into the pool. Poor Necro guy. Just jumped back into the damage.
Splish splash, he's taking a bath.
He could have, if he had a, he didn't have a ward. Mudkip, Clumsy Chocobo jumps in onto Mudkips, forces the flash out from the Orianna.
Ooh.
And then we see the fight from the junglers, and Clumsy Chocobo uses the Zero ultimate to save Menbung. But at the same time, Oof secures that Infernal Drake.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1 on the drag, so that earlier...
Oh, Eduardo catches Elucida with a taunt, but Elucida just Q's out of there.
Yeah, that earlier deficit we ended up talking about. Oh no. Oh, Piper.
And Piper Assist just gets caught out by a ward.
Unfortunate.
Eduardo's by himself and under the tower. There's not much he could do by himself.
Yeah, what he can really do is just try and zone them off and like...
Yeah, he could try to taunt them. Oh, and Clumsy Chocobo goes onto Mudkips. He goes to get the stopwatch, and Mudkips barely survives with the command protect. Great play by Mudkips. I thought the stopwatch would actually kill her, but it did not. Great play by Mudkips.
Yeah, like...
The cooldown just came out after the stopwatch ended. I think that's what happened. That's why Mudkip stopwatch.
Yeah, that was just like... There was a super tight time frame to get all of that in.
And Menbung is waiting and looking for the kill onto Necro Guy.
Yeah, he's just gonna...
If Necro Guy steps up too far, Menbung is just gonna come in and kill Jax, but... He backed off. Jax backs off. Just in case.
Yeah.
Precautionary measures.
Super smart. I also have nothing to smite the Nocturne, but Nocturne doesn't really get like super damage heavy until he gets a couple items. Menbung has the Caulfield's Warhammer, which is really good for his ult cooldown, and it's a decent amount of AD. 25 AD is good, but like you need to be able to like. The purpose of the Nocturne is to just go in and just one-shot everyone. Oh man,
Counter Strike comes in, not doing much. He actually loses the trade in top lane to Hillary Clinton.
Right. Big Q bot lane, but yeah, knowing your champion's cooldowns and being able to utilize that capability as well as using an activatable to pretty much ensure that like I'm gonna get out of here. Really good on the side of my
Lucina looking to gank Hillary Clinton comes top lane and looks for that gank. Flashes onto Hillary Clinton, but Hillary Clinton has a pool and he still flashed that anyways.
Yeah, that was a
I think
good.
Hillary Clinton could have gotten out without the flash, but
I think it would have been close. I think the flash was just a security measure, especially because he used it. He burned. He threw his ult down as well
that is
to
fair.
get that little bit of healing. So I think he was just like, I need to make sure I have the healing. Oh, here
And
comes
the paranoia comes in onto the, and Lucida gets Vladimir anyways with the dive, even with the paranoia preventing some of the, and Lucida gets the double kill diving under tower as Kane. That boy going in with the grand entrance onto Piper Isis. Piper Isis gets taken down by Jumper J, and Eduardo has to walk out.
I would say that was a really good disengage from Zawardo. It's your boy went in super quick, but to be able to react as fast as he did to get the knockup and to try and pull him off as quickly as he could. Really
Lucida
well
finds
done.
Clumsy Chocobo, and Mudkips uses the command Shockwave to get Clumsy Chocobo really low, but he gets taken down. He's alive. But now Lucida's looking for Clumsy Chocobo, looking for that kill, but can't quite reach Clumsy Chocobo. A little slippery.
Yeah, we see two turrets fall, one mid, one bot. So they're starting to see a little bit more of a snowball gold advantage. It's about 3k right now in favor of Oof.
As you can see, Lucida putting in so much pressure as we see 6 out of the 7 kills participated is by Lucida had something to do with each of those 6 kills out of the 7. That's huge.
Yeah, and he already has his black cleaver, and his jungle item. That's huge. He's gonna be able to output a lot of damage now.
You see that Necro guy is trying to trade in the Hillary Clinton top lane, but he gets ulted by the Vladimir and he's probably gonna die to the Vladimir. Is he gonna get out? No, he's not gonna get out. He's so dead. Necro guy's dead.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton putting in so much damage, especially with that Hextech Proto Belt and the Fiendish Codex already completed. With the additional health that he gets from his half, and the Paranoia comes in onto Paranoia comes in, but Membug is taken out anyways, and Piper Isis gets taken down next by the Caitlyn. Clumsy Chocobo is next, and there's a triple kill from the Caitlyn, and there might be is this the quadra kill coming in for Jumper J?
Wow, that's absolutely.
Dorado gets out, but that Paranoia turned out really poorly for them. That engage, they had a good plan going with the engage, but they just couldn't get them off the damage. Too much peel. Once again, the combo on Oof is very, very strong right now. And with that, we see a 4k gold lead onto Oof.
Yeah, and if we look at where the majority of the gold is sitting, let's see, we see a majority of it sitting in the jungle and in the AD position is where the majority of the lead is in terms of Oof. But Hillary Clinton on TBR does have a gold advantage over the Jacks, so that's really good for him.
And Vladimir is known to have really good AoE damage, especially with his E and ultimate E combination, as well as the Proto Belt. I'm looking to see the death cap after whatever he's building the Fiendish Codex from Hillary Clinton. I'm looking to see death cap.
Hmm. Speaking of itemizations, we see typical Ludens Echo built first for both mid laners. We see a Bork come out first for the Kalista, but the static shiv first for the Caitlyn. Very interesting that you go static shiv first.
And we're going to see the Rift Arrow play. And we see the oop going on to the Rift Herald, but we see the Paranoia and tries to stop the Rift Herald, but all 5 members of the team is at Rift Herald, therefore they can. TBR cannot fight. Kalista splitting bot lane, so Kalista, however, can get the bot tier 2 tower. No, she has to back. Rift Herald gets dropped top lane and just gonna take down that top lane tower, relieving some of that pressure for Necro guy as well.
Yeah, I mean, Necro guy's playing well, but he's losing this matchup. It's nothing against him. But oh man, that is a large amount of damage.
Membun getting chunked out by Orianna. He has to go out. They have to defend top lane here because the Rift Herald is the Rift Herald, and we see the Kayn ultimate onto TBR. There's 3 of them though, so he has to flash out, prevent that shutdown from happening, and then TBR gets to stop the Rift Herald.
Yeah, they probably should have rotated for that a little bit quicker. You lost 2 towers to the Rift Herald, and that's a huge advantage, and you'd already lost that fight. You see Nocturne pick up an Assassin item in Duskblade, which is going to be huge for him. You also see Caitlyn pick up her IE. Caitlyn is huge now with that IE.
A whole item above Kalista right now.
Yeah, we also see Jax pick up a Bramble Vest. Oh, he's probably picking that up for the Nocturne and the Kalista. Just hang on. Does Bramble Vest proc on Azir soldiers?
I believe so because it is an auto attack.
Hmm.
But don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I was just curious because I was like, man, that would make a ton of sense, especially with like the team comp they have. But then I was thinking about it, I was like, I don't even know if that procs on that, but that would be really nice if it did. So good pickup there from Necro guy. What do you think? What does TBR need to do to stop the bleeding here? Like
I think they have to. I think it starts with the vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have to find out when certain individuals are isolated, and as we say that, the Kalista ult is used, but nothing really comes out of it. They need to use their team fight potential, their wombo combo, while using their vision. So they need to get up their vision, find moments where, because everybody makes mistakes, including the AD carry and the Orianna. Catch them during those moments, isolate them. And there's 5 people sitting in the bush near the jungle and tries to catch out Membun, but Mem Flash ultimate! Flash Grand Entrance ultimate combo from Rakan gets Membun and devastates their team. We see the Grand Entrance really decimating that TBR.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton did a really good job of just getting out there. Like that was a good disengage using what his stopwatch followed by flash. Really
Like
good this. Oh, sorry.
Like I said before, Rakan really knows what Tia Boy really knows what he's doing onto the Rakan. Finds moments where he can go in and engage. Rakan may not be good right now as a champion, and he isn't. But a seasoned Rakan player, and we see the Cloud Drake being taken down really quickly by Oof.
That's what happens when you stack those Infernal Drakes. Your damage is stupid. It may not be an objective, but your damage is just dumb. So that stack damage is going to be really tough for the side of TBR to come back from. So the little bit of RNG in this game of the little bit of RNG and like, oh, what are we going to do?
And think about... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was like, I was just curious. It's like, man, you start to see these Drakes kind of decide like the game, and it's like playing around these objectives has been what Oof has been very good at.
Mhm. Okay, so in order for TBR to win, what they need to do, like I said, is try to get as much vision as they can. I know Boy and Elucida are doing a really good job maintaining their vision, but TBR also has to maintain their vision so that they can find moments where Jumper J or Mudkips are caught out by themselves without their protection.
Yeah.
And if you can find those slightly boosted moments to catch them,
Mm-hmm.
then it instantly turns into a 5v4. Then turn into a 5v3. That's what TBR needs to do.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that. The one thing I will say though is if you were talking about vision, go ahead and check out the vision scores. You see it's your boy with a really dominant like vision score of 40. That's super high. Also,
you can't also downplay Tawarudo's 33 vision score as well.
oh,
It only died once too.
absolutely not. Like he's been doing both have been doing incredibly well.
Elucida going in, finding a Piper Instances. Goes in and flash shield from Piper Instances. And Elucida takes down Piper Instances. Combination of headshot as well, ace in the hole as well as Kane's damage. It's just too much. Ace in the hole did a good amount of damage.
That's just one of those ults that like like it's like Ezreal ult.
And then we see the Baron play right now. They're going for Baron. They're gonna melt it. But Memba gonna have the paranoia. He's looking for that steal. But he's not gonna look for the steal actually.
He's not gonna be able to get it. Too tight of a time frame.
Negro guy just trying to 1v1 the Vladimir. I don't think nothing happens from it though.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of it happens, and we see Caitlyn complete the RFC second crit item, which is huge for the Caitlyn. This Caitlyn's gonna be doing massive damage.
A whole item ahead of the Callista. Actually, a 2k gold lead onto the Callista. That's actually kind of huge.
Oh yeah.
The boy sweeping. Exciting action.
Yeah, super exciting. But like going to this matchup of Caitlyn versus Callista, like they both have really good poke capabilities, but Caitlyn's just like the mobility of Callista is amazing, especially in this team comp where they're like, we're gonna try and lock you down. Being able to jump and dodge and move a bunch of things with auto attacks, great for Callista.
But Caitlyn just has so much range, so much harass that she's able to pull off.
Yeah, and that was like the big thing I wanted that I was gonna make note of is this Caitlyn can just sit back and just be like, I don't gotta get in range of you. I don't even have to really fight you. I'm just gonna press Q from far back or use my auto or even ult, and like there goes half your health bar. It's just ridiculous.
And boy sweeping around looking for something. Hillary Clinton finding Mudkips, but not much can come out of it. 4 of them are there. Four members of Ooh.
Yeah.
So Vardos has to use the Black Stone out of there. They see the scary Kane there.
Yeah, we see the Jackson and Azir split from the teams, but otherwise it's the 4-1 we were talking about earlier. Here we see the dominance of the 4 for Oof, just absolutely dominant. Ooh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Bless you.
I apologize, Joe. That was loud. I do apologize. I haven't sneezed on recording before, so
You're fine, dude. Anyways, let's get back to the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Good Baron push in the bot lane. They're gonna have to do something to respond to either mid or bot. And Bendon goes in onto the backline with the Zoardo going in with the ultimate. Takes down Mudkip. This is already a good pick. Piper instantly going into the ultimate onto Zoardo. But Jumper J just does too much damage. But Vladimir takes down the shutdown gold from Jumper J. That is huge. That is huge for
Clumsy choke
with the
move.
Vladimir. But however, Elucida and the Avoid still alive, which means they still have 2 Barons, and top inhibitor has been taken. So
Yeah,
it could have gone worse for TBR, but
I
TBR.
agree.
However, TBR did get 2 huge shutdown goals from the Orianna and from the Caitlyn.
Oh yeah. Looking at KP looking at kill participation right now, we look at Elucida, huge. Like that's what, 14 out of 20. I'm not very good at math, but I think that's 70%, which is huge.
Huge shout out, by the way, to Hillary Clinton doing so much work on that Vladimir.
Oh yeah, when you have kill participation like this Vlad does, that's also really good. Ooh.
Membug looking, but not much can be done.
Yeah, he's just Minbung is trying to stop the bleeding, doing all that he can. I think it's a waiting game. I think they're just gonna wait for the next Baron to come up and just make that their last push. Just go for Baron and just end it all.
We still have two members of Oof with that Baron.
Yeah.
Elucida and Tiavoy.
Ooh, clumsy choke though. Man, Seer just has stupid wave clear. Like it was like Kale. Kale has stupid wave clear at the end of the game too.
But we see the Callista completed her rune on Hurricane. Her wave clear and the team fight potential actually increases with that.
Absolutely.
Just because she can get multiple people having spears. She can get multiple people spears.
Yeah,
and she can rend away.
Yeah, and she has a tier 2 boots and and a BF sword. She's gonna be like additional poke damage.
Well, as we say that, mid tower goes down. The inhib might go down. If TBR doesn't do something here. And Elucida goes in. The shockwave's used, but 3-man knockup by the grand entrance on the Rakan. Oh my god. That is huge play by Rakan. Great. Showing what supports can do. Showing what Rakan can do, even with that crippling nerve. Still feels bad, but...
Yeah, that was... Honestly, that's probably one of the best Rakan plays I've seen, like, in my time of watching Rakan. I used to play Rakan a lot as well.
And this is going to be game. The first Nexus Tower goes down, second Nexus Tower goes down, and this is game. Game 1 goes to Oof.
Well done, Oof. That is a dominant performance.
Well played by Oof. Now we have to talk about MVP, and for me, it's no questions asked. I think the MVP has to go to Tiaboy on the Rakan.
I would see the only person I'm putting attention for that would be. I did. The only person I would put in contention would be Elucida. A very dominant performance on that. Excuse me, a very dominant performance on the Kane. Very high kill participation. In there for a lot of the fights. Let's go look at. I just want to look at damage for a little bit. I mean, second most damage on the team, but like It's Your Boy set up a lot of those fights, so that makes it really difficult for me. Like both of these players did so well.
Yeah, I think I want to give it personally to Tiaboy for a couple of reasons. Well, Tiaboy actually set up some of that early kill that allowed Kane to be slightly ahead. Kane got the first blood, but remember that Tiaboy actually set it up with his grand entrance. Multiple 2 to 3 people knock up with a grand entrance, as well as the grand entrance with the quickness combo. Quickness is the ultimate, by the way. So I think Tiaboy, with a lot of the setups for a lot of these team fights and a lot of these kills, because of that, I have to vote it to Tiaboy on the Rakan.
With that being said, do we have a straw poll or do we? Jed, our boy got it. Nice.
I'm way ahead of you, buddy.
However, Jumper J, I do want to note Jumper J did perform very well as Elucida. Mudkip's got some really good shockwaves and really good setup for Elucida. And Necro Guy hung in there. Even though Vladimir was essentially out trading him the entire game, but Necro Guy doing a good job hanging in there and letting the bot side of the map carry the game. So great job overall to all of the members of Oof taking their first win of the split. Great job.
Good job.
And we'll be back with game 2 right after this short break. Okay, everybody?